Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Big news is coming out of the UK this November, and it's something that could affect millions of people, especially pensioners, working families, and the self-employed. Starting 10th November 2025, HMRC, that's His Majesty's Revenue and Customs, is officially kicking off a major overhaul of how taxes are handled in the UK. This change is part of the government's new digital transformation plan, and it's being called one of the biggest updates to the UK tax system in decades. So today, we're going to talk about what's happening, how it affects your pay, your pension, and your benefits, and what you should do before November arrives to make sure you're ready and don't face any unexpected issues. Let's start with what this actually means. From the 10th of November, HMRC will begin rolling out a new system designed to check, calculate, and adjust your income and taxes in real time. That means, instead of waiting until the end of the tax year to fix errors or adjust your tax code, HMRC's digital system will be constantly tracking and updating information as it happens. So if your income changes, maybe you start a new job, receive a pension increase, or even earn extra money from side work, the system will automatically recalculate your tax code and adjust it. This is meant to reduce the huge number of tax errors that happen every year. In fact, more than 2 million tax code errors were recorded just last year, which caused a lot of frustration for people who either paid too much or too little tax. The government says this new digital system will make things faster, simpler, and more accurate. They call it a real-time tax reconciliation system. Basically, HMRC wants to connect all your income sources, whether that's your job, your pension, benefits, or savings, into one single record. Every change will be logged instantly, which should, in theory, make tax calculations smoother and prevent those surprise tax bills at the end of the year. It's part of HMRC's plan to modernize the tax system and reduce paperwork for everyone. But of course, not everyone is thrilled about this update, and some experts say it might be confusing, especially for pensioners and those who aren't used to managing things online. Now, who exactly will be affected first? According to official information, the first phase in November will include pensioners who receive both state and private pensions, people who work while claiming universal credit or working tax credit, and self-employed workers who file quarterly tax returns. It will also affect anyone who earns extra income from savings, dividends, or rental property. So if you have more than one income source, like a part-time job on top of a pension, or you rent out a room, HMRC's system will start automatically cross-checking your income after November 10th. The goal is to catch any mismatches quickly, but it also means HMRC will be looking at your financial data more closely than before. A big part of this overhaul is the digital tax account, something you may already have if you've ever logged into your HMRC account online. This account is becoming the main way to see everything related to your tax and income. You'll be able to check your income, see any deductions, and even get alerts if HMRC notices anything unusual. But here's an important thing to keep in mind. If you don't check your account or update your details, you could face delays or even penalties. Experts are suggesting that people, especially pensioners, log in at least once a month to make sure their details are correct and to avoid any issues with payments or refunds. So what are the key dates you should remember? The system goes live on 10th November. By 20th November, HMRC wants everyone to confirm their income sources inside their digital tax account. Then by 15th December, automatic recalculations for pay and pension tax codes will start. Finally, by 6th January 2026, HMRC could begin sending penalty notices to people who haven't confirmed their details or whose information doesn't match. That's why it's so important to act early. Don't wait until last minute. Make sure your digital account is up to date before those deadlines hit. Now let's talk about how this will affect pensioners. This group is expected to notice the changes first. Under the new system, your pension income from different providers, for example your state pension and private pension, will all be merged into one digital record. If one pension provider reports your income late or makes a small mistake, your tax code could temporarily change. This might cause small fluctuations in your monthly payments. You might see a few pounds more or less one month depending on adjustments made by HMRC. The good news is that refunds will also be processed faster. But for pensioners living on a fixed income, even small short-term changes could cause stress or confusion. So it's best to monitor your account and keep an eye on any notifications. For the self-employed, this update ties directly into the Making Tax Digital initiative. Starting November, HMRC will begin integrating more self-employed data into the real-time system. That means your invoices, expenses, and income will be synced automatically with HMRC's database. You'll still file quarterly returns, but your data will be checked live, reducing manual error. The downside is, if something doesn't match up, like a missing invoice or a wrong figure, HMRC could flag it instantly. So it's important to keep good digital records of all your income and expenses. Accountants are recommending that freelancers and small business owners use approved digital tools to stay compliant and avoid problems later. There's also been a lot of confusion and rumors on social media about this change. So let's clear a few things up. Some people are claiming that HMRC will freeze your bank account if your information doesn't match. That's false. HMRC cannot freeze anyone's bank account without a court order. Another rumor says you'll lose your tax refund if you don't log in every week. Again, not true. You only need to log in when you receive an official notification from HMRC. And finally, some people believe this only affects high earners, but that's not the case either. The new system affects anyone with multiple income sources, no matter how much they earn. So it's not about punishing taxpayers, it's about improving accuracy and reducing errors. So how can you get ready before November 10th? It's actually pretty simple. Log into your HMRC online account and double-check that all your income sources are listed correctly. Make sure your address and bank details are up to date. If you receive money from different sources, like a pension, part-time job, or rental property, talk to your accountant or financial advisor to make sure everything adds up. Review your current tax code to ensure it reflects your actual situation, and keep copies of your latest payslips and pension statements. Doing these small checks now can help you avoid bigger headaches later. Experts overall are calling this overhaul a positive move. It's meant to make the UK tax system faster, more transparent, and fairer, but they're also warning that data protection and digital accessibility could be big challenges. Many pensioners and older taxpayers may struggle with online tools or may not even know how to access their digital tax account. Organisations like Age UK and Citizens Advice are already urging HMRC to offer more support, such as helplines and step-by-step guides for older users. So if you or someone you know isn't comfortable using online systems, it's a good time to ask for help or find someone who can guide you through the process. Looking ahead, HMRC has hinted that this is only the beginning. Over the next few years, they plan to integrate even more things into the digital system, like national insurance contributions, council tax and benefit verification, all under one central account. That means this November's update is just phase one of a much bigger transformation. The long-term goal is for almost all tax and income processes to be handled digitally, in real time, by the end of the decade. So here's the bottom line. This HMRC overhaul starting on 10th November 2025 marks a major step toward a more connected, automated tax system. It could make managing taxes easier and faster, but only if you stay informed and up to date. Don't ignore those notifications, check your digital tax account regularly, and make sure your information is correct. It's not about scaring anyone, it's about being prepared. Because once this system goes live, HMRC will be updating your information instantly, not manually.